let's chat about getting you back to running after that Achilles rupture. If you've torn your Achilles and you're itching to get back to running 5 to 10 Ks, you're definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to break down a clear step by step plan to safely rebuild your strength and get you back to running again. We'll focus on 3 phases to get you there. You'll also be able to download a PDF guide of this using the link below. So, a quick intro about myself. I'm a physio and an exercise physiologist based in Sydney, Australia. I've got a master's degree and 8 years of clinical experience. Plus, I've been through this myself. I ruptured my own Achilles and managed to get back to playing basketball and back to running without surgery. I was back to running in about 6 to 7 months. I was playing casual basketball at 11 months and back to competitive basketball at about 15 to 16 months. It was my own experience that drove me to help others get back to running and jumping after an Achilles injury. So that's enough about me. Let's get straight into phase one. So in phase one, it's all about regaining your mobility and starting to strengthen your tendon. This is right when you're out of the boot. Our goals here are just to reduce swelling and pain, get you back to normal walking, and starting some basic strengthening. We'll also be working on your ankle range of motion. However, that depends on your own specific recovery plan. So make sure you're actually cleared for stretching before you start stretching. In this phase, pay close attention to how you're walking. You should be doing some intentional walking every day as well. Just be extra careful, as this is when your Achilles is the most vulnerable to re-rupture. For footwear, just wear what's comfortable, but if your mobility is still limited, sometimes wearing a shoe with a high heel drop or heel lift is going to help. The key exercises at this stage are all about calf strengthening. So we're doing seated calf raises, standing calf raises, and isometric calf raises. Most of this will be performed double leg, and eventually you're going to be progressing to single leg work. For stretching, try a towel assisted calf stretch, some weight bearing calf stretches, and a chair supported ankle stretch. You need to be doing at least 2 types of stretches, one with your knee straight and one with your knee bent. So your criteria to move on to phase two is when you have minimal pain and swelling, you're at least 12 weeks post-op or 12 weeks since you've been in the boot, and you can perform double leg standing calf raises with good form and confidence. Now let's get into phase two. This is all about building strength and endurance. So here we're really focusing on strengthening your calf and Achilles, improving your balance and proprioception, restoring full ankle range of motion, and then we start adding some speed to your exercises to make sure you can get back to running. Progressive overload is crucial here. This is where a lot of people get stuck. Our main strength exercises will be progressing from your double leg calf raises to single leg calf raises. Balance is usually pretty simple to get back. Just practice standing on one leg with your eyes open and then eventually with your eyes closed. You don't need to be doing anything fancy like you see all over social media. Isometric calf strengthening, like walking on your toes and holding the calf raised at the top, is the key for your tendon health. So you need to be doing some isometric training to improve your Achilles tendon strength. We also start doing some running drills and start introducing speed to your workouts. This helps bridge the gap between calf raises and actual running. Exercises like calf raise pulses and skipping progressions are great for this. Now, the criteria to move on to the next phase are a lot stricter here. You need to have absolutely no pain or swelling in the ankle. You need to be able to do 10 single leg calf raises with at least 50% of your normal height. 10 symptom free hops on the affected leg, near normal ankle mobility, and you need good balance on the single leg stability tests. Once you're able to do all of that, you move on to phase three. Here we finally get back to running. This is where we start your walk run intervals and progress to you being able to run the full 5 to 10 Ks depending on your goals. You should keep up with the exercises from the previous phases and continue building strength while you reintroduce running. So the key here in this phase is really about managing your training load. Don't push too hard too soon. and listen to your body. If you start to feel pain, stiffness, and discomfort, you need to be dropping back to the previous week that was manageable. So, for example, if we go through this running program example here, and you start to get discomfort at week 4, you need to go back to week 3 and repeat that for 1 to 2 weeks before you try week 4 again. You shouldn't be pushing through any pain, stiffness, or discomfort while you're reintroducing running. But basically, all you're doing here is gradually progressing back to running 5 to 10 Ks in about 12 weeks. And here's an example how you can do that. Once you can cover the distance, you can start increasing the speed and intensity and begin race prep if you're planning to compete again. I've listed some criteria that you should be able to meet, including your running, lower limb strength, and mobility before you really start to push the intensity. The last thing is check that your calf raise technique is good to make sure you're training properly. You should be able to tick all of these boxes for you to say you have good calf raise technique. If not, you need to go back and work on your technique before you start progressing. If you're not doing calf raises with good technique, you're not going to build proper strength in your calf and Achilles that you need. So there you have it. This is a step-by-step guide to get you back to running. I haven't really included specific timelines as it all depends on how you progress and when you meet certain criteria. By following this, you should be back to running your 5 to 10K in no time. But if you really want to put it all together and ensure you have a smooth recovery, you can book a free consultation with me. In this consultation, we'll discuss your specific goals and we'll create a personalized plan for you. So if you want to do that, you can do that by simply clicking the link below and let's get you back to running.